Do you really want to watch porn? Or have you been conditioned psychologically to crave it by an industry that has been built to manipulate, make you addicted, and psychologically trap you in this addiction? Is this just an addiction, or are you facing a psychological warfare? Do you think it is you who actually want to watch porn, or is it that they have psychologically hooked you into watching it and get addicted to it? Is it actually coincidence that you see naked women everywhere, in billboard, in music industry, in TV shows and movies? Or is it psychologically manipulated by a bigger industry that wants to keep you addicted and wants to destroy your masculine energy and authority? If you think that I am over exaggerating, then my man, you are in for a rude awakening, because I have science backing me. But not only that, but also they have a huge incentive to keep you addicted, because you are nothing more than a product to them. They make millions of dollars by keeping you and young men like you addicted to this addiction. Because to this corporation, you are nothing more than a product. The saying, if it is free, you are the product, is as true as ever. If you don't believe me, let me show you how. According to a study done by University of Cambridge, it is proven that porn triggers your brain the same way a drug addict's drug does. Porn triggers your brain exactly the same way a heavy drug user's brain triggers to the substance they are addicted to. Like, for example, a cocaine user's brain, the way it would show up in a brain scan when they are craving cocaine is as similar to a porn addict who is craving porn. They figure it out by brain scanning people who are addicted to substance and who are addicted to porn, and people who are non-addict, who are not addicted to any of these substances or porn. Brain scan of both porn addict and non people who are not addicted to porn show a brain scan of both porn addict and drug addict shows that both of these groups' brain became hyperactive due to supernormal stimulus of the drug or the thing they are addicted to, which means their brain becomes way more active than normal due to the craving of this addiction. While normal people who are not addicted didn't show such hyperactivity because they are not addicted to the substance, so their brain did not become such hyperactive due to the craving of something like that, especially to porn. This study was done by Valerie Boone, and you can simply just Google it and check it out. I recommend you do that. I also recommend you watch I Am Lucid video, where it is titled something like I Destroyed the P Industry or something like that, and it also goes into the detail of this study. So, what does this mean for you? What this means is that your brain wiring changes due to this addiction. What this means for you is that your brain wiring changes. Your brain nervous system literally rewires and reconnects because of you being addicted to this virtual experience, which is not even real. Unlike a drug substance, this is not even a real existing thing. It is just pixel on the screen, and this has capability to change your brain activity and your brain nerve connections. If you are addicted to porn, then your brain Your brain activity is similar to that of a cocaine or heroin addict, whose brain activity has changed due to being addicted to these substances, and their dopaminergic pathway has become hyperactive but desensitized to due to overuse of this substance. But be honest with me for a second. Do you really need porn or do you really actually want porn? Take a pause for a second and give me the answer. Do you actually need or want it? Your brain, especially your brain's dopamine pathway, has been fried and manipulated by this evil industry who knows exactly what they are doing to make you crave something that is not even good for you. It is extremely harmful for you, especially if you are below the age of 25. If you are at the age of 14 to 25, your brain is still developing, and if if you are in this stage and you are watching if you are watching porn, it is extremely harmful for your brain. And the worst part of all of this is that this has been done intentionally. The horrible people who run this industry and who handle every operation of this corporation knows exactly what they are doing. You can even see it in I am Lucid video or online how they know exactly. The horrible people that run these industries knows exactly what they are doing, yet they chose their corporate profit over the people's misery. They are ruining people's life and they are ruining the society. They are destroying the very fabric of the society, and yet they chose your misery to make them profit. Do you understand how evil this corporation and how evil these people are? They chose to profit over your misery. Do you actually understand what I have just said? Think for a second. They profit by making you miserable. They profit by making you miserable. I have repeated this sentence twice so that you can think how damaging and evil this corporation is, this industry is. You are just a product to them, and they are using you, your misery, and your your lack of control to make them money, to make them profit. And not only that, it is they in the first place who has created this product. They know that it will make people addicted. And if you don't hate these motherfuckers after hearing this, there is something genuinely wrong with you. Any sane human being will be repulsed by such horrid acts, by such horrid people. These J's, the J people, again the jokers, will do anything to make your life miserable so that they can profit over your misery. And for profit, they will destroy the human society and life of young people. Do you understand how evil these J, the Joker people are? Do I really need to explain myself more about this topic to you? Because I feel like you understand that these people are extremely horrible and they are out there to make you miserable intentionally and knowingly so that they can make a profit out of your misery. So now you tell me, do you want to live rest of your life miserable, addicted to this virtual substance that doesn't even exist in real world, or are you going to conquer over this and defeat the people who are trying to keep you miserable? Now let's talk about something else. Do you know what incentive motivation is? Incentive motivation. Let me tell you what it is. Do you know why drug addicts seek out the drug? Why they have to take it? It's not because they find pleasure in taking the drug. but rather because they feel like they need it or they want it, not because of the end pressure. And this is where the root cause of addiction is, and this is what incentive motivation means, because people feel like as if they need it or as if they actually want it, when we know that people don't actually really need or want the bad substances. They get addicted by looking for pleasure, but once they get addicted, what they really want is just the want of the drug, and the the incentive the incentive of needing it, not actually that it gives them any pleasure anymore. And we can go into the deeper of science, but I will make it very brief for this video, because this video is not going to go on the depth of the science of the addiction. But the basic here is that the more drug or the more porn you consume, the more your baseline of dopamine falls. So you have a baseline of your dopamine, and a normal people who are not addicted to anything have a normal baseline that keeps them at a satisfactory level. So they feel satisfied with their life. But people who are addicted to anything, the more they consume the material or what they're addicted to, the substance or porn, their baseline dopamine falls. And as many times they repeat the addiction, the baseline keeps falling, keep falling, and it goes really lower. So their baseline satisfaction level of every day goes really low. So they don't feel any more pleasure in normal real life activity, hard work, etc. You probably already know this or understand what I'm talking about. But the basic is this: the more you give into the addiction, the more your baseline dopamine falls. The more your baseline dopamine falls, the more you feel less satisfied about your daily life. So the more anxious and depressed you become of your day-to-day life. This is what incentive motivation is. Isn't this what you actually feel toward porn as well? You know it doesn't give you any real pleasure in your real life. You crave it, but you know that you are not going to gain any real pleasure from it. Instead, it will give you anxiety and depression. It will make you depressed, but you still give in. This is incentive motivation at play, and it has been made. And porn has been made in a way by the industry so that you develop a dependency on it. You get addicted to it. Porn has become an octopus that is holding you back from your life. A octopus that is ruining every aspect of your life. But if you still believe that this is a harmless habit, then unfortunately you are a moron. Now, what is your conclusion of this scenario? Countless studies have shown us that porn does alter your brain. Now, look, knowing studies is one thing, and actually taking action to quit this addiction is another thing. We can discuss science all we want, but it won't get rid of your addiction, unfortunately. Which is why I have built a step by step system to quit porn. Check it out in the first link in the description below. But you are not alone in this experience. Majority of teenagers from age between 14 to 25, which is teenagers and young adults, have watched porn at least once in their life or has been introduced to them by their peers, aka buffoon friends who have nothing better to do and also want to ruin your life. And out of the people who are watching porn, there are some of them who are compulsive viewer who have become addicted to porn. So a huge majority of teenagers and young adults today are addicted to porn, even if we cannot tell by looking at someone outside from outside. But not everyone who watches porn even realize that they are addicted to this. Addi- but not everyone who watches porn realize that they are even addicted, which is what sets you apart. Because not only you realize that you are addicted, but you are actively looking for solution to get rid of this addiction and escape the octopus hands that is holding you back. And I'm avoiding trigger words here because I know some of you are too deep into this shit. So I'm not going to use that specific word. But you understand what I'm trying to say, right? That's all that matters. Now imagine being addicted to porn and not even realizing that you are addicted. Bro, these people are retarded on whole other level. They are absolute mental retards. At least celebrate that you are not one of those losers who watch porn and believe that it is even a good thing for them, or if they don't see the evil that is done to them. They are absolute buffoons, idiots, and you are not one of them. So you should be happy that at least you are not one of those losers. You actually realize the problem and you are actively trying to solve it. If you are watching content like this and if you have watched this far, that means your attention span is far better than a goldfish's attention span, which already sets you apart from the 99% of people out there who have a attention span less than a goldfish and are absolute buffoons. They are intellectually challenged, and at least you are not one of them. But what does that even mean? It means that you are actually smart and intellectually capable to escape this addiction. You are capable of actually beating this addiction. And by the way, escaping this addiction doesn't mean that the urges will immediately disappear or go away. No, no. They will be there, but you will be better equipped to handle it. And you will be able to assess the situation and manage your emotion better and control your urges, or at least not react to those urges. Don't expect the urges to disappear. Expect to have better self control. You can absolutely win over this addiction. You just need a little bit of help and extra bit of push to take you to the other side of the bridge. But how do you do that? Well, this is where my course and my program comes in. I hold your hand and literally make you cross the bridge. What is this bridge? This is the bridge between slavery and freedom. You either remain enslaved to this addiction, or you take the first step toward crossing the bridge toward freedom. You are either enslaved by porn or you are free. Now, are you willing to take the first step? Because I can only help you if you help yourself. But are you willing to help yourself? If you are willing to take the first step to quit this addiction, then I will hold your hand and I will make you cross the bridge to the other side, to the freedom. Now the choice is yours. Do you want to cross the bridge and achieve freedom, or do you want to remain enslaved to porn? If you are willing to actually, if you are willing to actually take the first step to quit this addiction, then go to the link in the description and join my program now. Click here to watch this next. Click now, click, 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 click now. Click already.